hello everyone, I'm really glad you're able to join me. I hope you're all doing okay, and welcome to Elphicks Fisheries, welcome to Prairie Lake. And for the next 24 hours we have got the pleasure of fishing in the same swim that we've been in the previous Prairie Lake sessions, the swim which has resulted with some cracking carp. And this is going to be our December special, our Christmas special. We're not going to go fishing anymore before Christmas other than this session. So this is going to be a nice sort of little Christmas special edition. And I'm hoping that we can get an early Christmas present in the form of a cracking carp. There is no one else fishing on this lake at the moment, and that is really rare. I've never been to this lake and no one been fishing here, but to be honest with you, the weather in the last few weeks has been awful. It's been so cold, it's been windy, rainy, it's just been horrible. But this weekend is fairly nice. It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be as cold as the past few weeks. Actually, we're looking at around about 10 or 11 during the day, 10 or 11 degrees during the day. And then sort of 6 or 7 at night. It's still cold, but it's not unbearable. So I'm more than happy to be out in that. But as you can see, the sun is already shining through for us. So yeah, I've got a really good feeling about the session. I did say that we were going to get on Prairie last week for 56 hours, but I ended up having a little bit of a social week actually. I went up to London with a few friends, just had a really nice time, a really good week, you know, with family and friends. But got a fit being in Bankside somewhere, so here we are for the next 24 hours. And hopefully, as I say, fingers crossed, we managed to get one of the carp out. We've got the lake to ourselves. What more could you want? And sun's coming out. Yeah, no, fantastic. Right, anyway, let's get everything set up. And I've got a few changes as well. There's a few changes which have been made, so stick around to see what those changes are. Yeah, the first change which I've got to sort out is because of where I've got rid of my beard, my phone doesn't recognise me on Face ID anymore, so I've got to try and get that sorted first before anything else. Otherwise I will not be able to get anything from the cafe later, so that'll be a problem. But anyway, I'll get everything set up and I'll catch you all in a little bit. I'm gonna let you guys look at that and see if you can notice anything that's different that might indicate a change that we've made. So have a look and see if you guys can guess what the change is. Well, for those in the last clip that would have noticed, I've got 3 bite alarms on there, and that's because we've now got 3 rods. And it is a big change for me. I bought my rod license at the beginning of the year with 3 rods, just in case, you know, I thought, oh, do you know what, I might just try out a 3rd rod and see how it goes. But I'm always content with 2. Most of the lakes I go to have a 2 rod max, such as Sandwich Lake next door, and then Kettles, which is over the far end. Oh, a fish is just shown right in that corner over there. Yeah. Nice one. Right, we might put a rod out further across to that. Oh, look who's here. Let's see if this will turn round nicely. It's the robin. This robin always comes and visits every time I'm in this swim. He's very happy sitting on the bait bag there. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's around there now. Don't know if you can see. He's just gone behind the chair. Yeah, that robin always comes and visits. Oh, it's over this side now, look. There it is, just over there. I think it just likes this swim. Yeah, he's very happy. Oh, now he's down there. Right, anyway, yeah, 3 rods, and as I say, I'm always happy with 2, but I decided to get a 3rd one. So this is the new one, this one on the far right here. It's got a smaller reel on there, but this one's just going to be kept as a margin rod only. It's the same sort of reel type, so sonic extractor, and then these 2 are the big pit reels with the bigger line capacity, and that's just going to go out to the, you know, the far depths and the, you know, the features that are further away. But in terms of setup, this one's on Scopex nuts, 40mm. 14, not 40. Middle one is on sweet pineapple, 40mm again, and end one is on tuna and crayfish, 40mm, all bottom baits, with corresponding chocolate orange method mix and with their own individual spod syrups. So a nice little sort of I'm going to put it, like a milkshake really, almost. Well, maybe not, but you know, like a sundae, shall we say. But yeah, all of them are out now. I've baited up a few areas and I know whereabouts I want to put these rods, so I'm going to keep to where they are. Other than the fish showing over in the far right, there's been nothing else which has made any noise, but I expect that as the sun, you know, comes down and darkness falls upon us, then they'll come out a little bit more. That tends to be sort of what happens on this lake. But yeah, big change. So 3 rods, I say having a 3rd rod is going to increase the chances, hopefully, of, you know, that chance of catching another fish. But yeah, we'll see. We'll trial and error it, we'll see how it goes, and go from there. But anyway, another change which I've made as well. I'm making so many changes. Got rid of the beers, new rods, and the 3rd thing is I've got a new bivvy. Now I have 2 bivvies normally that I fish with. I have a Fox Easy Shelter Plus, and then I have a JRC Defender Shelter, both quite easy to set up, you know, quite small as well. But I don't need anything massive, to be fair. I don't bring a lot of gear with me. But I bought a new bivvy, and this one's got an overwrap on the top, so it stops a little bit of that condensation, and there's a little bit more insulation as well, especially going into the winter months. You do want to be warm. It is quite uncomfortable when you're cold, because there's not really much you can do about it, I'm afraid. You know, if you're out and about and, you know, you're fishing and it's cold, and, you know, you've got to try and do everything you can in order to try and keep yourself warm. So yeah, just that little bit of, you know, additional sort of heat insulation. So I'm going to set that up now. I really do leave things till last minute, and I think I've only got about 45 minutes left of sunlight, so I need to set it up. I need to do it now, because I hate setting up new bivvies, because it just takes me so long. I've looked at loads of videos on how to do it, but I just know it's going to take me ages. So yeah, I might as well just start setting it up now and go from there. But yeah, all the rods are out, we're fishing, you know, that is all that matters, and everything you know, is coming together quite nicely, which is good. But anyway, I was going to make a brew now, but I have to put this bivvy up, I really do. So I'll catch you when it's all done. I'll show you what it looks like as well, because it is, you know, it's quite a nice bivvy. It's quite fairly spacious as well, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, let's get that up, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Right, well, I have completed the bivvy, as you can see behind me there, and do you know what? It didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to take. I think it took me about 20 minutes. Like, this thing, like, from what I've seen, once you know what you're doing with it, you can set it up, like, get the whole structure out in 2-3 minutes, not even that. But yeah, this is the first time I've actually had a bivvy with like an overwrap and proper ground sheet that fits in, so it's all a bit new to me. But I tell you what, that is fantastic. Like, if I show you around the sides, like, look how the overwrap is just, and the great thing about it as well is that you've got these windows, but you can open these from the outside and the inside as well, which I had on my other bivvy. But yeah, this is really, like, it's really sturdy, and the overwrap was easy to put on. This is the other side, but I tell you what, for a bivvy, it is fantastic. And the great thing about this as well is I'm on a bit of a bank down here, so these storm poles can stretch down to the bottom. But I mean, if I show you the inside, like, you've got a good amount of room in here. I can even hear like an echo. Oh wow, that's cool. That's sorry. Yeah, like, you've got a load of space in here, and like, it's got a mozzie mesh net on the front. You can change that to a door if you want to. Do you know what? I'm really quite impressed with this. Like, it looks so good. Like, look at that. Yeah, it's like a house. Yeah, I don't really, you know, get bivvies that you know, comes with all the proper tech features, because I'm quite happy with, as I say, like, you know, the Fox Easy Shelter Plus is brilliant for a bivvy. Sets up in under a minute. It's small, it's compact, it's cozy, it's nice. But I just thought, for the winter time, I've just got to get something in. And do you know what? This is fantastic. So fishing throughout the winter is something which I tend to do. As I say, no longer for max 24 hours, really, just because of just how cold it is. And you just, yeah, you want to make sure everything's all sorted. But next year, and my granddad is going to see this video, But my granddad is the one who got me into fishing, and we go sort of from the April time all throughout until September. And he's going to watch this video, and I guarantee you he's going to say, I don't need this is way too much. You know, getting all these new gadgets and equipment and all this kind of thing. I know that's exactly what he's going to say. I know he's going to watch this, and he's going to message me after. So yeah, Grandad, that's the new Bivvy. And then he's also going to message me and go, oh, you don't need a third rod. I don't know why you got a third rod for. Do you know what? I love it, because he got me into fishing, and he's caught loads of carp on his own way, and he's brilliant. And we need to try and get him a big carp next year, because his PB's at 24 pounds at the moment. And as much as it's probably nice him seeing me catch all these carp, he's probably thinking that he's given them too much away, and I'm now running ragged with the amount of carp that, you know, I've managed to get. But it's all courtesy of him. And you know, I think next year is going to be the year, and then you'll all get to meet Grandad as well. You'll all get to meet him, and hopefully he'll be standing in front of the camera with a nice big 32.6, you know, that's what I'm going to say. Nice over 30 carp. But yeah, we've got to get him that next year. So yeah, next year is going to be great. Got some great things coming, fishing with friends and fishing with Grandad. That's going to be good, because he is brilliant. So yeah, right, anyway, so we've got everything all set up. Everything is all set up. That's the main thing I wanted, because it's getting really dark over there, over there, and I keep looking at the weather forecast, and it's not meant to rain, but I'm kind of expecting it. It's a duck. I thought it was a fish showing there. But yeah, anyway, right, we'll resend the rods back out again. Well, actually, I've got to set up the bivvy and put all the bivvy bed inside. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So yeah, right, anyway, I can finally have a brew. I can finally relax a little bit. I've done everything I need to, so that is the main thing. That is what I wanted to get done. So bivvy done. Yeah, brilliant. Right, anyway, catch you in a little bit, and yeah, we'll talk more carp. So the darkness is finally falling upon us, and do you know what, it was actually a really nice sunset. The clouds sort of dissipated for a period of 10-15 minutes or so, and a really nice orangey kind of red sort of lit up the sky, and it was just a really nice evening, bearing in mind that the evenings are, you know, now about 3 o'clock, because the sunset's just before 4. But yeah, it was really nice. It's actually been a really nice day, and that's been good, because a lot of the weather that we've had in the past few weeks here has just been awful. As I said earlier, it really has. So it's nice for a change, for it to be nice and sunny. But now that everything's all sorted, I just thought I'd take a sort of a moment to kind of reflect, really. I mean, this video anyway, this video, whether I blank or not, is going to be on there, because I think it's nice just sometimes, you know, even if you don't catch, just to sit down and talk, and you know, talk about things that are fishing, and you know, I've got a post because this is going to be the Christmas special. But yeah, it's been a phenomenal year for me. It really has been. I've made so many amazing memories, and it all started, so I first started my Instagram account last year, about the October time, and that was at a period where me and my granddad were looking at different venues, and we really hadn't found anywhere in order to call home, or a venue that we could come to that we know would be reliable, we know would, you know, there's a good chance of catching, you know, carp. And it was I think it was on a barbecue evening that I had around my nan's house, that we said, oh, look at this app, and we looked at the Swim Booker app, and it was just so easy to use. Like, we looked at it, we picked a date, we picked a time, and that was it. We knew we were booked on. And I decided to come down here beforehand with my best mate, who had been looking to getting into fishing, but, you know, really enjoyed the social side of it as well. And we went on Sandwich Lake next door, which is one of the runs lakes here at the complex. It's got loads of carp in there, really stunning carp. And we had a great time, really great time. And then me and my granddad came down a few days after, and we had a great time as well. And we said, you know what, this is good. You know, this is a good venue. And, you know, there was that kind of, you know, excitement at the fact that, you know, Sandwich Lake being a runs lake, and Kettles as well, you know, a good chance of catching a carp over 20. But, you know, the other lakes, you know, such as this, Prairie or North Lake or Plantation or Pullens or West End, where there are carp in there at ginormous sizes, and just some stunning carp up for grabs. So, you know, we were excited at that, and we thought, yeah, do you know what, this is going to be next year, this will be the year, you know, where we, you know, have a good chance of catching a cracking carp. But anyway, my aim and goal was was to break the £20 barrier, and I finally did so on the lake next door. It's £20 one, barely over the £20 mark, but it was over the £20 mark, and I was just over the moon. And I managed to get 2 more 20s out before the end of the year as well. That was on Kettles Lake, which is next door. Same again, in the £20 range, so not above £21, but still there were £20 carp, and I just thought, oh, this is fantastic. So the next year came, and I did do a lake session here on Prairie in the December time, and oh yeah, I did do a Prairie Lake session, and I broke my PB of £20.3, I think it's still at the time, to £24, and that was on a December session, and that was before the end of the year. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. But yeah, £24 then was my PB before the end of the year. And I was just so excited for the next year. I really, really was. And so we managed to get on this lake again, me and my granddad for the first time. And yeah, oh, it really was a session to remember. I had 2 fish in total. First one smashed my PB to bits. That was £29, 13 ounces, I think. It was kind of like a sort of like a ghosty kind of common. And I was just absolutely buzzing with that. And then the next day, I mean, I just did not foresee what I would catch the next day. The rod went off. I was, battling it for a really long period of time, around about half an hour, 40 minutes, the most I'd ever done. And when the fish came up to the surface, I used to play a game called, I think it was Euro Fishing Simulator by Dovetail Games. And you used to go to like all the big carp lakes in the game, like Gigantica, and you'd catch all different types of carp. And then when you got a really big carp, the motion of the game, when it came up to the surface, you look at it and go, that is a big carp, and you want to get it in. And when this fish came to the surface, I mean, I just could not believe the size of it. I knew it was a special fish. I knew it was a big fish, and it was just, I was shaking. I just wanted to get the fish in the net so badly, and we managed to get it in. And when I saw the scales tipped at £42, I just did not know what to say. I just could not believe that I'd got a carp over £40. I would never, ever see that coming. And when I caught that, I just did not know what to say. I was just absolutely in awe. It was such a wonderful moment for me and my granddad. To be able to catch a fish like that, it was just incredible. And that was it. I just absolutely fell in love with this lake. And the thing is, going from the £20 barrier to the £40 barrier so quickly, it was just amazing. But it made me think that I really wanted to get a carp over £30. So there was a nice ladder going up, so catching a single figure carp, a double figure carp, a 20, a 13, a 40, so like a nice ladder going up. And we managed to do that. We did that in an October session, £30 4, and then we got another stunning, it was a stunning common actually, a month or so ago from this swim, and that was £30 11. And I've caught a multitude of 20s this year. It's been an incredible year. And the great thing is that I was so enjoying doing the Instagram side of things. I thought, you know what, I'll just do a YouTube side of things, and I've thoroughly enjoyed making videos, and that's what this channel is about. It's about giving that sense of being bankside, no matter where you are. When I was younger, I'd watch videos way past my bedtime, but on fishing and looking at other people in terms of how they're fishing, going, I want to do that next session, I want to do this next session, or just giving you that fishing buzz. And that I just thoroughly loved that feeling of just watching other people fish and incorporating that into your own means of fishing. And that's what it was all about. And as I say, I thoroughly enjoyed making videos, and it is just giving a sense of being bankside wherever you are. And it's also about making a little community. So this channel's done really well actually so far in the short time and space I've started it. We're at 55 subscribers, we're over 1,000 views. And what was even more incredible was I was on a session on Prairie Lake. I didn't manage to record much on there because it just wasn't nice. Weather was awful, and it wasn't the best session. I did end up blanking anyway, but I didn't have much footage from it. But there was a family who'd come down, and there was a young lad who was fishing, And I remember him coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you know, do you do YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I've seen your videos." And he was talking about his own fishing experiences and, you know, wanting to, you know, smash that 25-pound barrier, you know, get really big carp. And it was just so nice, because I remember speaking with one of his family members, and he was saying, "Yeah, he's been watching your videos and he's been saying where he wants to put these rigs and what he's going to do, you know, in terms of his fishing." And I just, yeah, it was really nice, actually. So if you do end up watching this, young man, I really do hope you get yourself a cracking carp, a massive carp for you. I'm sure you will. Yeah, it was just really nice, and I came away from that session, even though not catching anything, you know, with a real sense of just, you know, just happiness, really, that, you know, people have found my videos and, you know, watching them, and that's what it's about, really, and that's what I wanted to make this channel about. So yeah, that was really nice. But as I say, if you do watch this, young man, I hope you catch yourself a cracking carp next year, or if you're fishing around this time this year. But yeah, so that reflection over. But I mean, even so, maybe a little bit more reflection, actually. One thing that's been amazing as well is that I've joined Hit It Baits, which is the company which I've joined. Really great baits, really great social side of it, and I've learned so much from the owner as well, who's been, you know, working really hard behind the scenes. He does it all himself, and that has also, you know, given me a real sense of happiness as well. You know, working with him and you know, using the baits, and the baits have really what contributed to everything. You know, without the bait you can't catch. So, and that bait's been doing brilliantly for me. So yeah, amazing year, really thoroughly enjoyed it. I might be able to get out bankside before the end of the year, but I think this is closed, actually. But yeah, it's probably the last session this year, so got to have a little bit of reflection, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, right, let's settle down a bit. Gonna wrap up a little bit warmer, because it is starting to get a little bit chilly. A faint breeze as well is making it feel much colder than it is, and go from there. But yeah, reflection over. Yeah, I'll catch you a little bit later. Well, good morning, everyone. It is a very gloomy and cloudy and windy morning. The only thing that was causing the bite alarms to go off last night was the wind, so I really had to try and lower the rods towards the water as far as I could. But I think that was the only reason they were going off. I genuinely don't think we had a bite all night, and even if we did, I wouldn't have been able to tell, because the wind was just so strong. About 2 o'clock it really did pick up, but the Bivvy held very well. I had absolutely no issues, very warm. So yeah, not too bad. Obviously it would have been ideal to have got something overnight, but we've got the rest of the day to try and at least bag a carp before we end up going. So I've decided to change a few bits around. So what I've tend to find, or what I've found on fishing on this lake, is that the fish tend to respond more well at this time of year to the tuna and crayfish boilies. So I've decided to chuck a 16mm tuna and crayfish boilie on all 3 rods, and send them out to areas in which I think the fish may be at this time of morning. I've seen a few actually crash. So for the first time I've seen one crash off the islands. So there's a reed corner over there. There it is. So there's one fish that crashed off there, and the islands on the corner over there. Big splashes, so big carp. Yeah, so I'm just thinking it might be the case that they're coasting reeds at the moment, but we will have to see. But yeah, nothing overnight, nothing to report at the moment. It's gonna stay windy and cloudy and a bit moody for the rest of the day, I think. So we'll just have to wait it out, try our best, and see if we manage to get something. We've got to try and get something. We've got to try and get a carp for the Christmas special. It would be pretty upsetting if we don't, but that's just fishing for you. At least we're out on the bankside, and at least we are out fishing. So anyway, I'm going to make a cup of tea, going to get some breakfast sorted, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, because this is sort of prime time morning now, sort of between 7 and 9. You know, I tend to find that's when the fish like to come out a lot more. So, but I mean, to be honest with you, as I said, the weather's been awful the last few weeks. The pressures in the water have been changing dramatically. So, you know, if I was a carp, I probably would want to just lay dormant for the winter. but got to try and tempt them, at least try and tempt one, whatever size it is. We really do not mind. But anyway, right, let's get everything else sorted, and I'll catch you all in a little bit. Well, we're halfway through the afternoon and it does look like the inevitable blank is upon us. But you know what? It is what it is. It's a very, very real part of fishing. We all blank. Everyone blanks at some point during the year. And as I said in my little reflective piece last night, I've had such a great year. And you know what? If I do blank, we have got about an hour or so left. It would just make me even more hungrier for next year. It'd be great to get a carp, but as I say, you know, it is just the way it is in fishing. But as always, I have such a great time at the bank. It's just so nice to be out and about, you know, in nature, and just yeah, just enjoying being outside. And I think that's the main thing. I think that's the, you know, most important thing for me especially. But the bivvy's all packed away now. I've pretty much got everything packed away that I can, so that I can make a quick exit, because I always leave it till late. But it's just that chance, you know, that one chance that that wandering carp falls upon your rig, and that's it, game on. But yeah, if it is what it is, and that we blank, then you know, that's just reality. But I said I'll be posting either way. Cool, Scott too for the Christmas special, but just no carp. But yeah, the way it is, just the way it is. But anyway, got about an hour left. Going to try and do as best as I can to get these rigs looking most appealing. But it is just the way it is if we do end up blanking. But in that case, I've got about an hour left. So once I've fished that hour, I will then get back to you. But I could be speaking to you a little bit earlier than that if we get a fish. I'm not seeing too much action on the top of the water either, but you know, it is what it is. Right, anyway, I will catch you in a little bit. So I was thinking, when I was sat at my seat over there, well, I say over there because we are on a different lake. I've decided for the last hour to move on to Sandwich Lake, which is a brilliant lake. I spoke about it a little bit earlier on, and there's loads of carp in here, loads of F1s, loads of carp to keep you busy. So in order to complete this Christmas special, we must land a carp. So here's the challenge. We've got like half an hour, so we really ain't got long before the sun just totally sets upon us, and that's it. So yeah, right, we're gonna see. I'm gonna get the rod straight in. There's 2 rods on this lake, so the 3rd rod's been put away. But yeah, let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. I'll catch you in a little bit, hopefully with a carp, but if not, you'll see me at the end. Right, so we're rapidly losing sunlight. Both of the rods are out and we're getting a few bites already, which is good. So I'm hoping that we get one at least. One for the Christmas special. We've got to. It's got to happen. So yeah, we're going to sit tight. I mean, the sunset was about 10 minutes ago, so we've really not got too much light left. So I really want to try and get one in the next 10 minutes or so if we can. I know it's putting a massive amount of pressure. I'm really putting the pressure on the carp in order to make a show, but we've got to do it. We've got to get one. So yeah, we're going to sit tight, see if we manage to... Oh, yes! Oh God, now we've got to land it. It's all on this fish. It's all on this fish. Well, as you guys saw, we finally managed to get our Christmas carp, and he's no monster, but I tell you what, it's the smaller sizes that make you appreciate the bigger carp we chase after today. So here we go. I'm not going to wait in suspense or make you wait in suspense any longer, although he's got a lot of fight left, so we won't keep him out for too long. But drum roll, please. Here we go. What a great way to end the session with. Obviously very clearly wants to go back, so we won't hold him out for too much longer. But yeah, brilliant. We've got a carp and we've got a lovely little common. So let's get it back, see if we get any more out. Doubt we will, but yeah, what a great way to end the day. Well, we have officially reached the end of the session. Darkness has fallen upon us, and I said I didn't want to pack up in the dark, but looks like we're going to be doing that anyway. But yeah, do you know what? It's so great to finish off the year with the carp. And what's even better as well is that we're finishing it off on Sandwich Lake, which is the last session that I did last year, the last session I did ever in the year, was finished on Sandwich Lake. So we're going to be doing the same kind of tradition, and going from there really. So yeah, really happy with that. But now I've got to pack up in the dark and make my way home in the rush hour traffic, but that's the things that we do for carp fishing at the end of the day. But I do appreciate your watching. Thank you very much for all your support so far this year. 2024 has been amazing. 2025 I'm sure is going to bring some amazing fishing memories, so I'm really looking forward to it, and having you all along for the adventure. So as always, this time, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you have a very good new year, and I will catch you in the next adventure. Take care.